I have to admit, a little sensitive, I always feel a little ripped off at Benihana's when I get the non-Asian chef. I get the Latino guy, who's very good. But now I kind of feel like I'm at Benny Juana. You know, it's like a and he got me last time. I asked for a fork. You're not supposed to do that, you know. He says, I'm sorry, it's traditional to use chopsticks, essay. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. You're right, Holmes. What was I thinking? But I try to eat right. You know, like when I'm out, I try to eat right. Like when I have chicken, I take off the skin, eat that first. Best. It's just the best. I'm always eating a lot of foreign food. I experiment, Italian, Mexican, different ethnicities. Lately, I've been eating a ton of German food over at the Wiener Schnitzel over here. My favorite meal is their World War II combo. Have you had that one? You get a Kraut dog that invades a Polish dog. While the French fries just stand there and do nothing. I think this side of the audience is quicker than this side. I'm not sure. It took a while to hook that way. Yeah, I'm definitely addicted to food. Here's how much I think about food. I've even thought about what my last meal would be if I were on death row. You ever have that conversation? If I were on death row, I know what if I were on death row, my last meal would be to go. That's right. Brilliant escape. Brilliant escape. Saw a woman on television. She had a worse addiction than food. She was addicted to eating sheets of toilet paper. Right off the roll. You know, and I thought, well, that's thinking ahead. Like hands-free. Eat a lot of fast food. One place that's not popular, I don't know why, is Burger King. You don't see as many Burger Kings as McDonald's and other chains. And I couldn't figure it out, why it's not more popular in this country. And I figured out why Burger King is not popular in America, because we are a democracy. We fought in a revolution, so we wouldn't have to deal with a Burger King or a Dairy Queen. We fought people in White Castles. You know, we picked our military leaders. We pick our food leaders like military leaders, right? That's why we have like Captain Crunch, General Foods, Colonel Sanders, USA, USA. When I say that, I'm not calling out my Latin brothers as essays. I'm saying USA, USA, USA. It took me 5 hours to write that joke. Appreciate that a little bit more. You guys drinking tonight?
Yep. Yes, sir.
So here's an admission. I don't drink and I never have drunk. And I get two responses, like, oh, good for you, like I'm dying of something. Good for you. The other one is, you know, you can drink, just drink in moderation. Just drink in moderation. He says you can drink beer in moderation, you can drink mixed drinks in moderation, heroin, you can drink anything in moderation. Diet heroin, whatever's good for you. And he says, I go so far as to say you can do anything in moderation in this world. Anything. I said, anything? How about kill people? Could you kill people in moderation? Is that something? What's that conversation like? So you kill people? Yeah, but not every day. You know, like on weekends and holidays, I murder a little bit, you know. In college, I killed all the time. So much I just black out sometimes. I had to join AA, Assassins Anonymous. It was bad. Went to the movie theaters like a year ago. I don't go to movie theaters anymore. You probably don't go much. And I bought like a Coke. And I knew it was going to be expensive because, you know, you're in a movie theater. You expect it to be expensive. It's like in an airport. is going to cost more. And I thought, whoa, how much would a Coke be if you bought it in a theater that was in an airport? In a Whole Foods. So I don't go to the theater anymore. You guys are pretty good. I've seen better, but you guys are pretty good. So I have a friend. When you have a friend you're my age, you always go to the hospital. You always take him to the hospital, take him to the doctor. Took her to the hospital. She had to get blood drawn, and these two male nurses worked on her. The first male nurse stuck her arm twice. Couldn't find a vein. You know that when they stick you more than once and they can't find a vein? After twice, he starts blaming her. He says, you know, ma'am, I can't find a good vein. It could be you could be dehydrated. You could be out of blood. I see that a lot here at Kaiser. I said, I'm sorry, could it be the needle? He says, no, I've been using this needle all week. I flew to a comedy show a couple of weeks ago and I got roughed up by the TSA. When I say TSA, I'm not offering my Latin brothers a warm drink. No, like TSA, I'm not doing that.
Yes.
That's going to be a theme, so you want to keep up with that whole letter thing, okay? Just get used to it. I live in a nice neighborhood. I don't live far from here. I live in a nice neighborhood, and I've got the one weird neighbor. I think we all have one weird neighbor where we live, and if you don't, it's you. But this guy is weird. He hates kids, loves pets. Here's how much he hates kids. I can't prove it, but I'm pretty sure every time a fumigation tent goes up in our neighborhood, he's the one telling the kids it's a bounce house. Lost like 40 kids last week. And he loves pets, but he doesn't like cats or dogs. He likes chickens. It's not zoned for chickens. It's a tracked area. He's got chickens walking around the front yard, all over the street. And then last, I guess, summer, he got so upset when one of them got run over by a car that I was driving. And I'm like, well, this guy's so upset. I gotta send him flowers. Do I send him flowers or do I send him like coleslaw and a biscuit? What do you do for a dead pigeon chicken? Ladies, let me hear you out there. Ladies, you out there? Learned a new lady fact last week. Turns out the most difficult time for a woman to conceive is around Easter. Around Easter, because their bodies sense the holiday and hide their eggs. It's on Wikipedia where I put it. It's right there. All right, here's one for the guys. Tough guys.
So.
One for the guys. I've been spending the last 2 years doing an intense study on men's underwear. And here's what I found. When it comes to men, underwear is only underwear if he's wearing pants. Otherwise, it's just leisure wear. It's just inactive wear. If he's young, it's hardware. If he's old, it's software. If he's really old, it depends. See, I think the site's catching up. They got it like a second before you guys did. It was amazing. So they said not to do crowd work, so I'll do some crowd work. What's your name, young lady? You, the attractive one. The questions are going to get much tougher after the first one. Okay, we'll just go move on. All right, blue shirt guy. What's your name, buddy? Kevin. Thank you, Kevin. What are the first 9 digits of your social? We're among friends. Call them out. These are real estate people. You can trust them. So if you not notice, I don't swear. I don't talk about sort of sexual stuff. It's not a good look for my brand. You don't want Grandpa talking about Grindr. That's not a good look. Once in a while, like a dirty joke will fly in my head when I'm on stage and I can't use it because it doesn't fit the act. It throws people off. But it rattles around in there. Could be good, I don't know. For example, just a riddle joke, silly riddle joke. What do you call an uncle who pleasures his wife? An uncle who pleasures his wife.
Husband.
An anteater. See, that's a joke that I would not do on stage. But when you go back to work, you're going to try it. And you're going to mess it up. No, you guys. You like that? I heard that's good from the back of the room, so still have hope.
Stay away.
No questions yet. That's good. So I'm a married guy, and I've got a wonderful wife. She's actually not here tonight, so let's talk about her.
She's not here. Let's talk.
She was born in the Middle East in a region called Detroit. She was unhappy as a child, so now I'm unhappy as an adult. She's always online buying things. She's always trying to talk me into buying things. I know that sounds very sort of cliche, but it's true. She always talks me into it. She says, look, they have no interest for 6 months. I said, look, I have no interest right now. And she's like a super light sleeper, and I work late, I'm doing shows, and when I come in, I wake her when I'm snacking. I can open a bag of chips, or deep fry a ham, she's up. But lately I've been taking that, I've been giving her that pill, Ambien, the pill Ambien, which I call muy bien. Because now I can make all the noise I want at night, snacking, I can bring home more dates, so it works. So I'm going to take off in a bit, but one more thing about addiction. Addictions are tough. I think the toughest addiction is smoking. It's very easy to start, hard to quit, right? Any smokers here? Or maybe used to smoke and quit? Quit. Right there, good. Where else? Right there? Where else? You? So what brand did you used to smoke? I'm always curious. Marlboro, that's funny. Looking at you, I would have guessed crack. My favorite thing about the smokers is the packing thing they do. They come out of 7-Eleven, they're just like... I thought they were trying to communicate with other smokers in the area. Like some kind of Philip Morris code you guys had worked out or something. But I learned why they do the packing. So here's why they do the packing, and check me on this, crack smoker. They do the packing to compact the tobacco to get a bigger hit of nicotine and make it last longer. Right, burns longer, more nicotine, right? And it totally works because I recently started packing my own ho-hos. And now I get like a huge hit of cream filling. And, like each individual hoe lasts longer. Which is, what you want from a hoe. Okay, that's my time, everybody. Thank you so much. Enjoy the show.